GM for this evening. Let me start out with a little bit about GURPS. GURPS is a modular RPG that stands. It's an acronym that stands for Generic Universal Roleplay System. It was created by Steve Jackson Games in 1986, the same company that brought you Munchkin, believe it or not. Let's see. We have some lovely players tonight. They're going to be introducing their characters. Why don't you guys go down the line? I'll talk to the people at home about our setting, and then we can start.
Oh, I'll go ahead and volunteer.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you. The character that I will be playing this evening is known as Jura Kelly, 24 years old. She's somebody who she kind of drifts on the outside of social circles. She's someone who, not due to rejection or anything but she just likes isolation. She's someone who enjoys the thrill of adrenaline, but prefers a pragmatic and diplomatic approach to things. She's got beautiful red eyes and plain brown hair, in addition to a very plain fashion sense. She's in search of currency. She's on a quest for money because she spends all of her money on figurines of pop culture icons, as well as new weapons to collect and never show anybody. All right, and that's me.
I'll go. I will be playing Moot, a young woman of around 18. Who has some hearing loss due to listening to a lot of loud music on her electronic devices. She often hoverboards or skateboards or whatever's fast that you can get on with little money, and likes to keep changing her hair color, and sometimes it's several colors at the same time. And she is looking for currency to see if she can repair the loss in her hearing so she can turn up the volume even more.
Excellent.
All right. I will be playing Echo. She's a 40-year-old former crime syndicate. Since her days, she's been kind of just looking over her shoulder, and for the past decade or more, and she just has one of those faces that you think you recognize.
Excellent.
I'll jump in. I'll be playing Jebediah. He's a 42-year-old veteran of many wars, been out and about. He's got a big eye patch, lost his vision on one eye, and lost his leg in another battle. So he's got some cool prosthetic going on that is always looking for more enhancement. And he's out searching for some scratch too, because he wants to get into a bigger bottle that he can go to the bottom of.
Very nice.
So my character is called Prism McGinnis. She's 30 years old. She's, I guess, a veterinary type of person. She wants the currency just to get supplies in order to aid, like any of the Pokemon-like characters. She is has white hair, black like shirt, pants, but with a clear rain jacket that looks like a doctor's jacket, but it has white stitching on it, so you can see the stitching. And she has a character that's her aide, and it's an orange panda, but with like a little bit heftier, like little like a baby bear type of size, with that type of look, but very, very orange. And yeah, it's the little guy's name Orange, like simple.
Excellent. And for our last but not least, we have.
Okay, my character is called Quill Hartigan. They are 22 years old. They are non-binary and very private about whatever they were originally born as. it's very difficult to, if not impossible, to tell on site. They wear baggy, dark urban clothes. They are very much a loner, prefer communicating with people through electronic devices and forums and talking about the Pokemon animals, and they survive by scavenging and finding items to sell and helping out with odd jobs people need doing. They have a companion that's a wolf dog, but there's some faults in the programming, and the eyes are a bit strange, so that this dog is quite clumsy and has occasionally sort of sees things that aren't there and goes off after imaginary cyberpunk squirrels or something. Yeah, so they want to get some money to. They're very hot on nature and the natural world. They'd like to get some money to collect some more animals and also find a piece of land or woodland where they can just sort of live and live with the animals and the companions.
I'd certainly like that for myself personally.
Me too.
All right. So more or less in a nutshell, this game is a cyberpunk fusion of kind of Pokemon. This is sort of a near future where the newest fad technology are hard light holograms, and they can form any number of objects, sort of like the holodeck from Star Trek almost. And they can kind of be projected out into various sorts of things. And a very popular way of utilizing this new technology is HLCCs, Hard Light Cybernetic Companions. Everybody's got one. It's the newest crazy thing. In fact, something that's become very popular is sometimes battling your HLCC, as is often to do with any new technology. It's going to be turned to violence. You guys are all... maybe not all friends, but you definitely know each other. You run in the same circles. You guys know each other from sites like Reddit. You're all companions and kind of chummy on various web forums and internet boards, etc. And there's all something that you guys are interested in. There's a mysterious individual organization, maybe you're not quite sure, but there is an account called More Moon that every now and again posts cryptic puzzles and little brain teasers for the denizens of the internet to figure out. You guys have become fairly big fans of this account, and you follow it every now and again. And it's recently put out a challenge, this account has. There's a fairly sizable deposit of web scratch hidden somewhere around the city near where you guys live, and you've all convened on one location to try and find it, divvy it up, and make off with the riches for yourself before other enterprising treasure hunters might. Let me begin with the little thing that I prepared. Your characters meet on the cracked asphalts of New York. The ground is littered with chipped roadway fragments, scraggly weeds, and copious amounts of litter. This is contrasted by the glossy neon billboards, moving advertisements, and dazzling lights and colors that spatter the buildings and the skyline far as the eye can see. The people have gathered around are your friends from your online message boards you're all accustomed to, fellow treasure hunters, cooperatively using their various skills to help you and themselves strike it big. Each player is accompanied by their HLCC. If you'll take a moment to describe your characters, which we've already done, and let me begin. You guys have all witnessed the first clue, and it has led you to a small HLCC trading card shop. This is where you guys can buy little accoutrements and upgrades for your HLCCs in the form of trading cards, of course. Each trading card is worth one non-specific move that a HLCC can use in combat, and sometimes they can even be used in things outside of combat. Sometimes you might get a cooking card where your HLCC can actually prepare you a meal, or even something that can make you more stealthy. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to poll my friends here, find out how much scratch does everyone have at the moment.
Everybody is currently got about $50 on them.
$50.
The equivalent.
equivalent, and how much do cards usually cost?
A pack of cards runs you about 5.
Only $5 for a pack of cards. And how many are in a pack?
5.
5.
I want one so bad, but I gotta have money for the ride to and from on the hover subway. Uh, does anybody else? Is anyone else buying anything?
I'm willing to give $3 of my scratch into this, but no more because I need it for a bottle later on.
I feel you. I feel you. There's this new figure out. It's of Pop Jackson. The bubble superhero. I'm really excited, but it's so expensive.
So did you say, Jura, that you're gonna like pay for the most expensive one? Is that what you said?
No, I was going to pay for the most profitable one. Shopkeep. I need your attention, please.
So there's this kind of like slightly overweight, balding guy. He's got a vest with like a bunch of different buttons and patches on it. It's like, yeah, what can I do for you?
I know very little about these HLCCs. Could you tell us what the best pack is?
Well, we've got your starter packs. That's for normies. But if you really want to get the Alpha Chad one, you're gonna want to pick up the Supreme pack. It's 5 extra cards, and you get a limited edition rare card. You can use that one multiple times. It's really cool.
I see. Jura's going to take a step back and start counting with sparkles in her eyes, excited, trying to budget this out.
So I just kind of slap money down on the counter and I say, give me the best one you have.
All right. So the best one he's got is like $10. It's basically it's double the size of a regular pack, and you get like a special card in addition to it. So you're gonna give him $10, and he's gonna give you the special pack.
Yep.
Okay. So he slides you across this little foil wrapped thing full of cardboard, essentially. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take it and can I open it and see what's inside?
Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. So you've got out of this 3 double attacks. So when you're in combat, this will allow your HLCC to attack twice. You've got 3 of those cards. You've got 5 defense attacks. Basically, when your HLCC is attacking, it can negate an attack that is also being made against it. So you got 5 of those. You've got 3 heals. It'll give your HLCC back a hit point when it takes damage. How many have I said? That's 3. Oh, I accidentally gave you too many. I'm sorry. All right. Remove 2 of those heals, and you also get a super mode. So for 2 turns, it doesn't take damage, and it deals double damage.
I'm trying to save my money. That's why I got Loki. He's faulty, but if we're going on an adventure, maybe I should get at least the basic pack. Or what do you think?
Loki just kind of nuzzles up against you.
I love him as he is. Somebody needs to look after these ones, not just delete them.
So I just want to buy the reusable cards. Can I do that?
Well, I mean, if you want to get the reusable ones, you're gonna have to get the deluxe pack and hope that you get one of the extremely rare reusable ones.
Well, can't you just go through them? I just want that one card.
Well, I mean, you could go on to like Card Megaverse, and then you could, buy individual ones for like 60 or 70, web scratch. But you could always take your luck with the trading card packs.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Echo, do you think this is a worthy investment? I could eat ramen tonight. I don't mind. I don't mind if I lack the boiling water.
Well, personally, I would invest anything into Shaq. So I think that it's worth it. But if you don't care for your HLCC, then I guess
Jura is going
don't get
to
it.
slap. This is all the encouragement she needed. That she just needed someone to enable her. She's going to slap that money and she's going to say, "Shopkeep, I really need a Supreme pack, please. Please, can I have one?"
And
He's
I
kind
go
of taken
to
aback
Echo.
by your enthusiasm. He's like, "All right, calm down," and he just kind of gives you the pack.
Thank you.
And then I go to Echo and be like, damn, you didn't have to go that hard, but I appreciate it.
You know,
Shopkeep, do you have any cards maybe that got the pack got damaged and you can't sell them for full price?
Well, you can try the dumpster out back. Sometimes kids come back here and they I don't know, they put them on their bike spokes or whatever. They kind of abuse them and then they throw them away. You might be able to find one that still works.
I will, thank you. I find stuff. Quill's gonna go have a look in this dumpster.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of like exit the shop and go around back.
Yeah, go sniff around in there with Loki.
Hey, Prism. Prism, do you remember how much was up for grabs in this particular contest? Did the guy post how much it was, or the?
I don't actually remember how much it was.
Give me an IQ roll. You're going to take 3d6, and then you're going to try and roll under your IQ score.
Our IQ score?
Wait, me.
Okay. I'm like, thank you, Jura. I'm like, I don't have any dice with me at the moment, so.
Oh, so 3d6?
Yes.
Oh.
I only have 1d6, so I just roll it 3 times?
Yeah.
I rolled 13.
How high is your IQ score?
11.
So you got to roll under it. So technically, you don't find anything. Or I'm sorry. Were you trying to look for something, or were you trying to remember how much
I was more trying to remember how much, but actually, technically, I'm no longer in the conversation, so I shouldn't.
True.
Do I need to roll again to look for something?
Yes, but I'll get that back to that in just a second. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I got 8, and my IQ score is 11.
Okay, so you definitely remember that the prize that you guys are looking for was 5,000 web scratch.
Holy
looking back, it's 5,000. Sorry, my brain just farted real quick. Yes, 5,000.
You're excused. You're excused, Prism, but thank you.
Yeah, it's like my name, Prism. It like goes out. One thing comes out a different way. Shopkeep. How much does the deluxe pack cost?
It's $10.
$10. Do you mind grabbing one of those for me, please?
Yeah, sure. And he takes your money and then he gives you the pack.
I look at the pack.
Okay. All right. So let's see what you got here. All right. So you got my Windows. No. There we go. Okay. So you've got 3 double attacks, 4 heals. 4. Yeah, that's 7. Okay. 2 aids, and then you've got a defense up. So your HLCC negates every other damage they take for 1 fight.
And Mr. Shopkeep, I'm gonna go for the $10 pack, like Prism for 5,000 scratch. I'm like, I don't see how I can't. So if I could grab one of those from you.
Okay, he takes your money and he gives you the pack.
All right.
I'm assuming you're gonna open it right away, right?
I'm opening it.
Okay.
I like surprises. I want to know ahead of time.
So you've got 4 aids.
4 aids, AIDS.
AIDS, yes.
Okay.
So basically, that gives you like a +1 bonus to any roll that you make. You can put it into your HLCC, and they just kind of help you out with a given task that you're working on, and it makes it a little easier for you. You got 2 silences.
Does that make me silent? Make my
It makes
HL
the area around your HLC silent for a short period of time.
Okay.
You got an evasion. That's your good card. So basically, every turn I roll a dice, and if I roll that dice, your HLCC takes no damage that turn.
Okay.
How many? I'm sorry, I lost count. How
It's
many?
evasion, not invasion.
Did I say invasion?
I thought so, but my hearing's not that great. So
Fair enough.
So
I
like
apologize.
4,
I
5,
lost
6,
count. How many?
that's
how many-
number 7.
Okay, that's number 7. And the last 3 are poison sprays. So the other HLC on the receiving end of that attack has to make a roll or they become poisoned.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
And he's just kind of like counting all you guys' money. No, the pleasure's all mine.
Can I try to swipe a pack on my way out?
Sure. Give me a dex roll, and you have some advantages on your character sheet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think high manual dexterity.
Yes. So you have high manual dexterity too. You increase your dex score by whatever the manual dexterity number is.
Okay, so I have 12 in dexterity.
Yes. So 14. You have to roll 14 or under.
Okay. And is that with just a D6?
3d6.
Or 3d6. Okay.
So you want to roll as low as possible.
5, 3, 1.
Okay, so that's 9. So yeah, you kind of look around while everybody else is, kind of shopping, opening their packs. You're just kind of like blending into the background. Nobody really sees what you're doing, and as everybody else is kind of like shuffling out, you just kind of snag one of the packs.
Ooh, what's that you got, Echo?
I just kind of hurry out of the shop.
Okay.
Do I find anything?
Quill, I apologize. I didn't mean to forget you. My apologies. The character sheets are in the Discord chat. So Quill, give me an IQ check. So you're going to roll 3d6, and you're going to try and roll under your IQ score.
10.
I believe that beats it by 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of rummage around. You're kind of scrapping in the garbage can, and you actually, in addition to finding some cards, you also find a clue to the location of the next clue in your search for the treasure.
What cards do I find?
All right. So let's see. You find a double attack and 2 aids.
And these are single use, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, the clue.
Okay. So you read the clue. Give me another give me another IQ check.
7.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of cryptic at first. It's a picture of a deer, and he's got a little name tag that says John on it. But you kind of quickly determine that it's referring to the abandoned John Deere tractor factory that's actually.
I immediately
down the
thought
street.
that. I live in a rural area, and we have a lot of those around.
So are you going to rejoin your companions and tell them the good news?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do?
I think that that we should exit the shop, guys. I don't want to be overheard.
Jebediah, Is there anything else that you wanted to do while you were here?
Yeah, I looked at the bottom of my bottle and figured out that I still don't have anything in there. So I go ahead and put the 10 pieces down and say, hey, I need my pack as well before we stomp out of here.
The guy behind the counter just he kind of course, sir, and he grabs you a pack and he hands it to you.
All right, and I open it up and start looking at it as we walk out, so I can kind of figure out what's going on.
Okay. So are you getting a basic pack or like a extra pack?
I gave you the $10 pieces. I couldn't figure out how much is which, so I just put a 10 down. So give me what that pays for.
All right. So you've gotten 4 aids, 4 heals, 2 double attacks,
That's
and a special aid. So you get +3 to the action that you use the special aid for.
I go ahead and pocket those, and I stumble out to meet up with the group that's starting to meet out in front of your shop.
Okay. So you guys are all kind of like pooling in the front of the shop. You're kind of like taking a look at your cards. Maybe you might want to trade them. And let's see. Quill kind of pops around from the back of the shop. She's got like a banana peel on her head, from dumpster diving.
They.
And
Quill is they, not she.
My apologies. So Quill comes back and they've got the cards and the next clue.
Oh my, where are we heading to next?
Do you guys want to go grab something to eat and chat? I don't know. Jebediah, you want to grab a drink? I'm
in for a drink. Where's the bar?
I am looking for something a
gotta be
little
a
bit
bar
more stiff
on
from
this
my
street.
other work.
Do you think there's a noodle shop somewhere nearby? Somewhere we can just, grab something to go?
Everybody good with that?
If
Oh,
you
sorry.
guys want to just give me like an IQ.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's a 1, that's a 6, and a 3. So that's a total of 10. And my
All right.
IQ is 11.
You got it. All right. Where do you want to go?
Somewhere hopefully that has alcohol and has noodles and is cheap.
You guys know about like a pretty decent ramen shop that's not too far away, and it's on your way to your next destination too. So you go in. There's this cute little ramen shop kind of tucked into the corner between these 2 office buildings. There's a guy behind the counter. He's got big pots and pans. He's cooking ramen, and he's also got some sake too that he's able to serve.
So, Jira's gonna sit down with everybody as the sake is getting poured, and she's gonna go ahead and ask Quill, so about this next clue, where are we heading next? I could really use the gas money.
Quill?
Well, we're heading, I think, to the John Deere factory from this. Have a look. I'm on the clue.
Oh, I see.
I've been around there a while back. Wasn't much, but
Never been around there myself. Maybe you could show me around. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to remember if that place is like the one that's like boarded up with like the danger stuff.
it's a bit creepy in there.
I say
Is
we
it?
go. Let's just go, you guys. Like,
now,
this
like,
isn't
we
a-
just got the sake.
Well, obviously we're gonna finish eating first, but like as soon as we're done, let's just head out. There's no debating this.
I'm grabbing my bowl just in case it's hazardous. I got to put it on my head, protect what's important.
Fair. Do I know anything else about this place?
Give me an IQ.
Okay. Roll 3 times again.
Yes.
Sorry, I should have given you the IQ check.
Oh, for what?
Well, for whether I'd been there before, I guess.
That's all right.
Just maybe ducked in. For
6.
Should I do a check?
6. Yeah, you know that this place is kind of a hangout for local hoodlums. There's some younger rascals kind of about there. They like to challenge people to HLCC fights. It's not. It's a rough neighborhood, but it's not like fear for your life rough.
Oh, okay. Like, do I know if there anybody's like kind of like not taking care of their HLCC?
Like specifically, I mean, I don't think your characters goes around there that often. I mean, are they kind of a delinquent?
No, they kind of just roam around giving like free care.
Yeah, they might.
I just want to know if
guess
I've ever been in the area to like give care to an HLCC.
you may have been. You've probably been like in and around the area once or twice, but like you haven't gone into the abandoned building itself.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna ask, guys. I mean, I don't really need to. I mean, and I got them out of the bins, but if anyone wanted to trade an aid card for a heal, I'd be happy to do that.
Quill, I'll trade with you. I've got a heal card I'll give you, and we'll trade for the aid card.
Thanks a lot, Jebediah. Here you go.
Thanks.
It should work. They look fine.
All right, so the guy pours out your sake. He serves you all a piping hot bowl of noodles. You guys just kind of slurp them down. You pay the little bit that he's asking for, plus maybe a little tip, depending on your character, obviously. And then you're off to the abandoned factory. There's kind of a boarded up front door, but there's also essentially like a window that's both been knocked out and like part of the wall that's connecting it to the ground has been kind of smashed through. You could basically just walk in. It's only held up by like some caution tape, so you guys can just kind of like duck your heads in and just walk inside with no issue.
Well, it doesn't look very inviting, but as Echo said, there's no room for negotiation. We just have to keep on soldiering forward. Jura's just gonna go ahead and charge forward inside.
Okay, so anyone else gonna follow?
Yeah, Quill's gonna
Just
follow.
already like at the door, you know, through the
Can I
door.
like see if there's anything like there, like on the walkway? Is there anything like I need to like make sure I don't step on or something?
Give me a perception check.
Good.
That doesn't look good. Got worse. Okay. 13. No.
You don't notice anything.
Quill takes a look around as well, and I rolled 5 for perception.
Okay, that's pretty good. You look around. There's basically it's a bunch of teenagers just kind of hanging out. They don't bother you as you kind of like duck in, but they clearly don't know who you guys are, so they're kind of giving you the side eye as you're walking in. It doesn't look like there's anything particularly dangerous. Like maybe there's a couple areas like where the roof is starting to cave in a little bit, but the building doesn't look like it's going anywhere, and there doesn't appear to be anybody who's going to bother you on this floor.
Quill goes in then, and Loki doesn't quite manage the jump, so Quill like lifts and helps.
Yeah, Loki's just kind of like pawing at the rubble, just like asking for assistance, kind of like glitching out a little bit.
Moot would like to know if there's any graffiti on the walls.
Graffiti everywhere. There is almost not a single patch of concrete that has not been graffitied.
Maybe our next clue will be in that, but
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I was wondering.
Good idea. Good idea.
is the lighting in there like? Is it pretty dark and dim, or are there a lot of like windows that shine in a lot of light?
Oh, it is pitch black.
Okay.
There's a couple of windows that are opening the light, but it's getting a little late in the day, and most of the light is coming from the cell phones or like flashlights or lanterns by the few kind of youngsters who are kind of loitering around here.
Is anybody good with codes or art to see if there's any clues within the graffiti? Uh-oh. No?
No,
Well,
no.
Oh no.
even if you're not, you can still. Everybody can still
Well,
give me
yeah.
an IQ check. We'll see how you do.
Well,
Okay.
sure. I'll go. Jura will go ahead and take a look nervously as she's kind of looking around and nobody's like speaking up about any experiences they've had with art.
Quill
lit-
doesn't know much about art, and Quill rolled a 13, so nothing there. Just some of this is quite nicely done, and some of it doesn't look great. But
Some of it's just
no
rude words just scribbled
Okay.
in spray paint.
Jura's drawing from her experience, looking at her beautifully immaculate collection of figurines and polished weapons. I rolled an 11 and my stat is 11. What does that mean?
That does make it, actually.
Oh my
So-
god.
Yes. So you actually manage to navigate. You notice that you have a very discerning eye. You scan the entire room, and then you actually notice more Moon's avatar icon. Somebody has come in here and spray painted it on the wall, and you actually manage to follow it into a stairwell that goes up to the next floor.
I think this is the path. I'm not sure though. I'm kind of
Is there any
scared.
way I can aid Jorah on like their thing, or do I just have to make an investigation thing myself?
Well, if Jorah is telling everyone, what he's found, then you're more than willing to follow him if you like.
Okay, I just go to Jorah like, okay, let's go. I trust you.
Could you
Well,
go in
then-
front? I'm
Make
a
it-
little worried. It's pitch black. We're following art signs and stuff. I'm getting
Mm.
Da Vinci Code kind of
Can-
vibes. I'm kind of scared. Can you go in front,
Can I just
please?
push you forward?
No.
I
Like,
go,
come
I
on,
go
let's
like,
go.
Quill,
I like
Quill
when
puts,
she when Echo
Quill puts
pushes,
their
I
hand
like
on
push Jorah
Yeah.
back and I move forward.
Quill puts their hand on Jira's shoulder. It's all right. We're all together.
Uh-huh. I feel like there's a
I'm a
mess.
bit scared too, but hey, do I have anything like kind of a glow stick or something to crack open for a bit of light?
You do have your phone, so
We
you
have
do
our
have like
cell
a flashlight on your phone, essentially.
Any
Quill
chance
switches
my
on their
AC
phone flashlight to make it a little bit easier to see.
I'm sorry, Prism. What were you saying?
I was wondering if any chance my HLCC is able to like glow because he's like bright orange and kind of gonna give us that like ambient light.
Give me an IQ roll at +2, so you can do 2 above what you normally roll for your IQ.
Okay, so that would be
Would that be
so that would be
subtractable?
13.
Or-
So I would have to roll lower than 13.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see how that works. Yeah. Thank you.
I got 11.
Okay. So yeah, you actually managed to kind of mess with your HLCC's programming a little bit, and you get your companion to kind of start glowing a little bit.
So I tell Orange, which their nickname is going to be Org. Org, can you scoodle in front? Just give us a little, lighting here. And
So Org kind of saunters in front of you guys. They're kind of lighting the way for you a little bit. It's a little bit easier to see now because they're kind of like rolling up the stairwell in front of you.
Can we see more of the moons with the ambient light of Org?
Yeah, it's actually a little bit easier to see the graffiti, so it's a little bit easier to follow the trail now.
Well, I just walk up and join Prism and start moving forward up the steps.
Okay.
Mhm.
So everybody starts kind of winding up the stairwell. There's a few less people. It's a little bit more creepy up here. Like down on the first floor, it's clear that like a lot of young people kind of like congregate there. Is kind of like a hangout spot. Up here, it's a little bit more sparse. You're not really seeing that many people up here because it's a lot darker. There are no windows on this floor, so it's a little bit spookier.
I'm so glad we have Jebediah here to take any of. I mean, you guys are fearless, right? Why did they choose an empty building? Like, why did they choose an abandoned? This is so sketchy. I feel like we're walking into a trap.
Where's their
Well,
sense of adventure? Come on.
My
Treasure
sense of
hunts don't have
we've
traps.
done some of these. We've done some of these before. From what was their name? The users.
Oh, Moon. Yeah.
Mormon. We've done some of Mormon's stuff
Oh.
before and not got into big
Well-
trouble. I mean, but we could always, give it up if it's not worth it. It's not worth getting badly hurt.
No, it's just Bormwood always chose like public places, like statues and public decor. Why would they choose something a little bit more off the beaten path with this? Is it because it's the money?
Maybe for
I-
a bigger price, yeah.
Yeah. I tell
They're
you
looking
what.
for somebody interesting.
What was that, Prism?
Maybe they're looking for like someone interesting for the last bit of it.
I don't know.
That might be it.
But Jura, we can all like turn the lights on our cell phones, and I can crank up some tunes if that'll make you feel better.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
do you guys see-
Loki can sing a bit as well. I mean, not in tune, but he does kind of whoa, 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 whoa. That's well.
See, it's
I
like
like
a dance party, Jura. It's like a dance party up here. That's
Anyways, can you guys see anything? Are you finding any more of that clues? Did the graffiti stop?
The graffiti kind of leads you out into the room proper, and it's pretty dark in here. Give me another IQ check just to see if you can keep following it.
Sure. Oh no! Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's gross. That's like 15.
Oh no!
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's you just lose it. You completely lose the thread. You're
Well-
so lost.
Will still can't see it. It's 12 for me.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real. The thread was tentative at first, anyway, so like it only makes sense.
You know it's here, but you just don't know where.
I got a
Is the-
10
is-
on investigation. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to ask can I roll my IQ to see if I can pick up the trail?
Absolutely.
So is it just a roll 3 times of the D6?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a total of 3.
You got 3?
Yeah.
That's a critical success.
Whoa.
So okay.
Jebediah, that sake did us so good, right?
Yes. High five on the sake.
He's powered by alcohol. He gets more powerful when he drinks.
5 stars on that place.
All right. So you just like everybody else is like, I don't know where he's going with this. This is, just very confusing. You just walk straight down the wall. You just like put your hand out. You're like, whatever. And you just kind of bump into the next clue. Like, oh, hey, look at this. In fact, you do it in such a way that you actually see through a crack in the wall and you notice what's in the next room. There's some very sketchy looking characters in the next room, and they're all kind of like sitting around. They've got really loud, like, punk music playing, and they're kind of battling with their HLCCs. They look like some rough dudes.
Can I see how many are in there?
Oh yeah, there's like 4 guys in there.
So I hold up my hands in the motion of stop and then wave everybody to come here really quick so I can tell them what's going on in a hushed tone and say, hey, I think there's something more around the wall. And if you can see through the crack, there's 4 sketchy dudes. Are we ready to go in? What are you guys wanting to do?
So Moot doesn't understand Jebediah talking in a soft voice, and she peers through the crack, and she starts to hear the the music pumping and sees the guys in there, and she's like, "Woohoo! It's a dance party, guys!" in her loudest voice possible.
Well,
All right, hang on. I gotta roll for these guys. Give me 1 second. Unless anybody wants to do like a dex check to try and like put their hand over her mouth or something.
Jura's entertained by this whole prospect. She thinks it'd be entertaining to interact with the people, and she's slow to
Cool.
react to Moot's shenanigans.
Quill just shrugs. Well, they may look sketchy, but then it's not like we don't. Don't judge by appearances. Let's
All right.
give it a try.
So as soon as Moot like shouts, "Woo, party time!" the guys all like stop. They stop what they're doing. They turn their heads. They're like, "Yo, what are you guys doing here?"
We came to party.
Dance party?
And can I like bring Org out? Can Org can he like like go
Pulse?
from like just pulsate his light so it's like even more like to the rhythm? Is he like
we can definitely try to do that. Let me just hang on 1 second. My apologies. Give me an IQ check.
oh, that's off rough. It's 6.
Oh,
No, 6 is good. You want to roll low, right?
No, that was my first roll.
Oh no.
yeah.
I got 9 and my you said IQ?
Yes.
My IQ is 11.
Okay, so yeah, you make it. Okay, so the guys are kind of like skeptical of you. They look kind of like they don't trust outsiders. Not that they're like, it's not like they've never been outside of this room, but they're kind of cliquey. They don't really want you guys kind of hanging out on their turf. They're like, listen, this is our hangout spot. Get your own. Get lost.
Okay. When they say that, I want Org to like, you know how like when red pandas go on their hind legs and look like they're about to fall because they're like scared.
Yes.
I want Org to do the same thing, but like really look offended. Be like, and just like, and I'd be like, oh my God, that's so unnecessary. Org was so into this, found like the music, but all right, it's like
one of the sketchy dudes, HLCC, just kind of it's like a bird lizard that's kind of like covered in bandages, and he's got like one black eye, and he just blows you a raspberry.
I was gonna offer my assistance to help you with that black eye, but now nothing.
Oh, I have an idea. Let's do an what is it called? HLCC fight, right? That's what it's called?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So you're going to challenge these guys to a battle then?
Look at it. Okay. How about this, guys? If we win, we get this hangout spot and we get to, use it just for a few hours. That's all. And if you win, we get out of your hair. How does that sound?
They kind of look at each other and they're like, all right. You want to do like one-on-one, or do you want to do like a big melee?
I feel like it'd be more fair if we did a big melee because we would crush you.
They're like, oh, I don't know about that. We're gonna kick you guys' butt.
Go ahead and try.
That Loki will not do very well in one-on-one, so Quill's not in melee.
Well,
all right. So everybody, roll me initiative. So you're going to. Give me 1 second.
What's the initiative for?
Oh, are you guys gonna do the big brawl? Or are you
is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, the melee.
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's more fun.
Everybody remember your team attacks. Do we practice those again?
Yes, we definitely do.
Aha.
We do.
Everyone is just so perfect in our sequence of fighting.
Yes, we are exceedingly adept at it.
Skills.
Yes.
Loki can be quite a good distraction because he looks big and everything, can draw attention, but he'll get beaten up.
And I have the utmost confidence in my adorable little Dinor. He will ravage them.
What's the roll for initiative, please?
My apologies. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, we huddle up then, and we're just like literally just like gonna be like that football team, 100%. Like, you got this.
Yeah.
Jebediah,
Yeah.
you're like good on Saki. Yeah, Echo, you good? We're doing this. Excited.
Yeah, totally.
And
This-
I'm like,
All right, Loki, you'll be okay.
and I
you-
look at
Alright.
Luke and be like,
Yeah.
don't be offended. We'll win this.
I disconnected for a moment. So are we rolling for something or?
Oh, we're rolling for initiative, but in just a second.
Okay, I was like, just in case I've missed.
Right now, we're just kind of huddled up and we're just kind of like
Got it.
strategizing.
Okay, my apologies. All right, so you're gonna roll 3d6 and you're gonna add your basic speed.
Okay. Roll 3d6, add basic speed.
Yes.
Da 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 da. 7 plus 6, that's 13. 13 plus 5.5, that's 18.5.
Trying to find out where basic speed is.
Mine
It's good.
is
Oh, found
12.5 for Quill.
Quill,
Mhm.
5.
12.5.
I got
Will,
15.5. Oh, sorry. Well,
Quill takes out a cigarette thing and has a puff to calm their nerves a bit.
If only they could offer it to their companion.
So we're adding the 3 rolls plus our speed.
Yes.
19.5.
18, got it.
16.5.
I got 19.75.
All right, hang on. I'm sorry, Jebediah, what was your roll again?
My roll was 11.
Got it. And I'm sorry, Echo, what was yours?
I got a 19.75.
Yes, you have very high speed.
So fast.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say, but this is kind of an out of character. Just note. Do you think when like the power scanner, from Dragon Ball Z, they analyze Jebediah from a distance? Do you think they just show his BAL?
That was pretty good.
The thought crossed my mind. I just had to ask.
Prism, did I get your initiative roll?
it's gonna be 15.5.
Thank you. I think I have everybody. I'm going to roll for the rough dudes. All right. So we've got Echo, Jura. Oh, I'm sorry. Echo, Moot, Jura. Then we have the rough dudes.
Will they be acting in a single round, all 4 of their
Yes.
HLCCs?
Then we have Prism. Then we have Jeb, and then Quill.
Last but not least.
All right. So, Echo, if you'd like to go first.
So what exactly, I guess, how exactly does it work?
Okay. So, HLCCs basically have 5 hit points, quote unquote. This is all stuff that I kind of made up on the fly, because GURPS is modular like that. Every time you want to attack, you can use a basic attack, or you can use one of the temporary attacks that you've gotten from like a pack or something.
Okay.
You're going to roll your HLCC level. I think I put 10 as everybody's basic, so you want to roll under 10 for the attack to hit.
Okay. I'm gonna start out. I have a double attack I want to use.
Yes.
So 7.
Okay. Yeah, you hit. And then, so you, what was your HLCC again?
It is a gray and white 3-headed cat, and each head has like a different power. One head shoots water, one shoots fire, and one kind of has like a poison bite.
So, do you want to describe their attack?
Yeah, so with a lot of speed and kind of like zigging in and out, the first head shoots water at the I guess at the other HLCC, one of the enemy ones, and then fire as it gets closer, and then once it's close enough, it does a poison bite.
Very cool. All right. You successfully deal 2 damage. All right. So next up we have Moot.
Okay, so I rolled also 7.
Okay, that's a hit.
And you know, so what I was thinking wolves could do, I want to use one of my cards,
Okay.
which is a poison spray.
Okay.
So wolves whips around, flinging its dragonic tail towards one of the other HLCCs, spraying a wave of poison across it.
All right. Yeah, this poison sprays out everywhere, and one of them is looking pretty sick. He's got little green swirlies coming out of his body. All right. Next we have Jura.
I'm sorry to put you in harm's way, Dinor, but come forth, ravage them. As Dinor is just going to charge forth towards the nearest one, as my little adorable blue lizard that's just blind from the black hair is just going to kind of run and flail wildly and slam his head into the opposing HLCC.
All right, give me the roll.
Okay, that's just 3d6, correct?
Yep. You want to roll under 10.
Understood. Oh. 7, one more. It's a miss. His blindedness manages, as he charges forth with insane momentum, he veers off to the left because he can't see the opponent. I call out to Jebediah, please help. I distracted him, I think.
Even if he doesn't deal any damage, one of the guys still takes poison damage from the last attack. So we move on to the rough dudes. They are going to attack Echo, Moot, and Jeb. So let's see how they do. First attack is a miss. Second attack is a hit. Third attack is a miss. Okay. So, Moot, your HLCC gets chomped on by this big, gnarly, legged shark creature, and he just kind of starts shaking his head, and he takes a big bite out of your HLCC for 1 damage. And then it is Jeb's turn.
So I found a flask somewhere in a jacket. As I finish off the last shot, I go ahead and roll, and I did roll a 4, 5, 7 total.
Excellent. That's a hit.
And out comes Fredlet, just like Marmaduke, slipping and sliding legs everywhere. And using his antlers, he just falls into the first HLCC he sees.
Okay, that actually takes out the first guy. He knocks him out of, like, he just careens into him and just like flattens him against the wall. And he just kind of explodes into a shower of sparks.
Nice one.
Wonderful.
All right. Next up we have Prism. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Prism was supposed to go first. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Prism's turn.
Okay, Org is probably gonna like look for like the one that's like limping a little bit more
Okay.
and like charge for that one. 9.
9, that's a hit. You
Okay,
just want to
yeah.
use a basic attack, right?
Yeah, I kind of just want like Org to like kind of start sprinting and then like leap in the air and just all 4 paws just have like the really sharp like claws just like pouncing on them.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. Quill, you are up.
Okay. Miss. So Quill says to Loki, "You don't go for the one with the bandages." But Loki charges off with teeth bared, but looks more like a goofy grin than anything very threatening. And unfortunately, the glitch kicks in, and he sort of hurtles off towards something that isn't there, but he can clearly see something and starts sort of snapping at the air.
He's like running, but he's moving. He's running forward, but he's moving sideways.
Yeah. And he's going for an imaginary squirrel or something that he can see, but it's not really that.
Attack squirrel.exe.
All right, we're back at the top of the initiative order with Echo.
Awesome. I want to use one of my defense attacks.
Okay, so this turn, they ignore 1 damage that they take from an attack dealt by another HLCC.
Okay.
Okay, so roll to hit.
I got a 6.
Excellent, that's a hit. Okay, how does the attack go?
So Shaq kind of just stretches out and lies down on her back and just belly bared completely. And one of the enemy HLCCs thinks, okay, this is cool, comes closer to attack, and with her paws, she grabs on to the creature and bites with all 3 heads.
Nice. Very cool. Moot's turn.
Okay, so we skipped Jura this time.
Wait, am I stupid? What happened?
You're not stupid. You're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, Jura goes after you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
My brain is
Moot
weird.
goes before me. I'm cheering
so-
on. I'm cheering on
Okay.
Dinor. You got this, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so my my HLCC took a damage last time. I don't know how much damage it can take. Where do I find
5
that?
before they are unable to fight until they faint, basically.
So it can go up to 5. Okay.
Yes.
So if they're defeated, sorry, just a slight note, if they are defeated, do they die, or they're just inactive until healed?
They're inactive until healed, basically.
Okay, and healing takes how long?
It basically just takes up your action.
Okay, so I'm going to try for a basic attack this time.
Okay.
Does not look good. Oh, bad miss. I rolled a 14.
Oh no.
So Wool tries to lift itself up using its butterfly wings, intending to maybe snag one of the others, but instead ends up not quite lifting off the ground and falling flat. Luckily, Their face is already flat, so didn't hurt too bad, but it also didn't hurt the enemy at all.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
All right, Jura's turn.
Jura's gonna go ahead and turn over to these thugs, and she's gonna say, "Feeling outclassed yet? See, I told you we'd crush you." She's going to go ahead with her other hand. She's going to gesture, "Go on, Dinor. Show them. Kill them in one hit." And that's a 15.
Oof. Ouch.
Dinor doesn't even respond this time. He's just sitting there. He's just giving himself a bath and he's licking as Jura's going to go ahead, stop her pose, and crouch and say, "Good job, boy. Good job. You're doing so good."
Don't praise it.
That's the turn.
All right, excellent. All right, the rough dudes are gonna go. The one guy, who's HLCC is kind of like, oh no, why? The other two are going to attack Prism and Echo. So let's see. All right, first attack is a miss. Second attack is also a miss. Yeah, these guys, they talk a big game, but they're really not that tough. Their HLCCs are, in even more disarray than you guys. Prism, it is your turn.
Who are the last? Who are the two rough dudes? Like, who are those guys?
There's a bird-looking one with the black eye, and then there's the two-legged shark guy.
I got 10.
Okay, that's a
Can
hit.
who looks a little bit more worse for wear?
The shark guy is the one that's taken a lot of the damage so far.
Awesome. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a basic attack. For the shark guy, I just want Org to kind of do that sprint thing, but instead, when he jumps, instead of using his claws, he's gonna use his teeth and bite down really hard on the fin and just kind of hang there, and while he's trying to get him off, to just like move like side to side, like be like, "Don't let go, babe, don't let go."
He's like spinning around trying to get him off.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Jeb is up next.
Okay. So Jeb sends Fred out there running, and 10?
10's a hit, yes.
Okay, so of course, Fredlet just thinks he's a big game as a big puppy playing and lets out this massive bark when unbeknownst to Fredlet comes out this powerful sound wave that shoots across towards one of the other creatures, the bird-like creature.
Okay, yeah, you just like body slam the bird creature. You smack him against the wall with your this big sonic wave. All right, Quill is last.
Okay, so it's all right, Loki. Have another go. 8.
8's a hit. That actually works.
So Loki and charges at the shark to join Org on there, and leaps at it, and this time he actually sticks the landing and buries his teeth in its sort of gills neck area. Has a good shake.
Yeah, the shark is like pulsing. He's taking a lot of damage. He looks like he's going to explode at any minute. We're back at the top of the initiative order with Echo.
All right. So I rolled a 4.
Ooh, that's very good. Yeah, that's it.
So Shaq is going to go for the flying bird thing. And you see she gets into position, kind of like wiggles her tail and springs up and just leaps and jumps and takes, this bird completely out of the air and with her middle head, and it lands perfectly on all 4 feet, and then just like drops the bird out of her mouth.
Perfect. Absolutely. Moot.
Okay, we're gonna try for basic again. Oh, it's not looking good. I'm already up to 10.
Oh,
I got 14. Okay.
Yeah, it's a miss. I'm sorry.
So, oh well. So Wolves like is admiring the wonderful cat's shack and remembering that Wolves has a mane, and so maybe Wolves can be a cat too, and tries to do the wonderful cat trick of like winding between the legs of the shark thing to make it fall over. Only it doesn't work. The shark just turns around and goes the other way. So no luck.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Jorah, you're up next.
All right. Well, I, I, I didn't think I would need to use this, but it's time for my final attack. This is the ultimate damage. Dinor, you know what to do. One shot kill. Come on, towards the bird thing. Let's go. Oh my god, it's a hit. It's 7.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, it hits.
Woo! All right. Yeah. Describe the hit.
All right. As for once, Dinor listens to Jorah's plea as he immediately springs forth. He jumps through the air and he attempts to headbutt whatever is in front of him. He misses as he veers off to the left, but for some reason in midair he just rotates just enough to just crash his shoulder into the thing by accident as he falls to the ground and just kind of licks his wounds.
For the win.
Woo!
All right. The rough dudes are gonna go. The guy with the shark is nervous. He sees you guys beating up on his HLCC, so he's gonna spend his turn. He's gonna heal his shark guy. The other one's
Hey,
gonna go.
healing is not allowed. Not until the first person does it. That's not okay. That's poor sportsmanship.
Yeah, well, whatever, man. We're still gonna win. And the other one's gonna go. He's gonna attack. Moot. And that's a miss.
Woo!
All right. We're going to Prism now.
So I have like a double attack card. How do I use that?
So you're going to roll a regular attack, and if it hits, you deal 2 damage instead of 1.
Okay. Oh, I can't like divide it and hit like both of them, like one for
You
each.
could. I'll let you do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have to deploy the card decide to do that before you roll, or can you decide after you get the roll?
You're supposed to decide before, but I've been a little.
So then if you miss, then it's technically wasted the card.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
So I'll just roll for that. It's gonna be an 8.
8, nice.
Yeah. So I do want to like have each of them hit at 1 point, and
Okay.
how I want to do that is I tell Org like, hey, do the double tap, and what Org does is like when he sees them kind of lined up together on the side, so it's one and then the other, so it's like a little staircase, and Org starts running towards it, jumps on the shark like claws, and jumps up and then bites the bird snake thing, and just drops down and just kind of goes in the front and like growls at them, and just like, you're adorable, and I kind of was like, that's it.
Oh yeah. Both of these guys are like up against the wall. You know, you guys are like closing in on them. The rough dudes are like sweating bullets. It is Jeb's turn.
I'm going to use one of my double attack cards too, because I'm ready to just end this thing right now.
Do it up.
So that's a 3, 4, and that's 7. That's 9. I got a 9.
Okay, that's a hit. All right. You successfully finish him off. Describe the kill.
Oh, Fredlet just is going berserks at this point, just thrashing his antlers around and hits him with an antler and just instantly starts licking and picks it up like a play toy and tosses it around in the air.
All right. You guys successfully defeat the rough dudes. You know, their last HLCC explodes into a shower of sparks, and they're like, oh, well, you guys must have cheated. You spent all this money on cards. Where do you get all that kind of money? What do you got, jobs or something?
I got mine out of the bins. I didn't use one anyway. I mean, he was that was cool, wasn't it? Go Loki. Well done, Lokes.
Yes, Loki did such
And
a
well
great
done, guys.
job. So did Dino.
I know.
Hold on. We were supposed to use cards?
I just used them because they cheated first. They start the shark one. He put age. So once he did that, that gave me permission to do whatever I liked. You set up the rules.
All right, whatever. You guys won. They just kind of like shuffle off, and they go down to the lower area where everybody else is hanging out. All right, so you kind of like go into their little hangout spot, and you immediately find the next clue to the final spot where the treasure lies. Everybody, well, anybody who wants to, give me an IQ check to try and decipher the next clue.
Sure. Try a hand. Oh, Jura is
Got a 9.
I got a 9 as well.
I got 11. So
My
it hits
IQ is 10.
I got 6.
I got 7.
Okay, just about everybody gets this. There is a massive graffiti image of a windmill, and it has More Moon's avatar icon on it. And you guys immediately put 2 and 2 together, and you realize he's referring to the old miniature golf course.
Oh, I was thinking Don Quixote. Sorry.
Might be the theme of the golf course. That would be funny.
I was going to say, or that's the name of the golf course.
Yeah.
Quixote's golf course. That would be a great idea.
I like playing miniature golf.
I'm horrible at it. Like downright horrible. Can't even, it won't go out. It will jump out of the little fenced area. No.
Well,
I
that's
tried
why
that once, but Loki stole the ball.
Well, that's why I play with everyone has the same color, you see, and then you just hit whatever ball you want. So works really well.
You guys have time to play mini golf?
Only when I break in at night. Yeah.
How far to the mini golf course? Because we may need some more sake for this journey.
It's
You
actually
should go
not
to a
that
liquor
far.
store.
Do you guys want to make a pit stop before you go to the next location?
I
Oh
mean,
yes.
Yeah. That's no reason.
I need some liquid courage.
I might spend what can you get for HLCCs as kind of a reward, treats or something like that? Obviously, they don't eat food being
True.
qualified. Can you?
You can go to like a card shop and buy them like treat rewards, and they do little emotes, showing you how much they love you for it.
How expensive are those? Do I have some on me?
Oh, they're super cheap. They're like $1. You probably have like a couple in your pocket.
Okay, so I'll give Loki one of the little treats. Well done,
He
boy.
he kind of like twitches a little bit, and he kind of nuzzles up against you.
All right. Well then, to the liquor store, and then mini golf for money. This adventure is very weird.
I like weird adventures, but thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Right, I know it's absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so you guys head off to the liquor store. There's kind of a guy in a wife beater. He's sitting behind the counter. He's watching something on TV. He doesn't even kind of like pay you guys any mind as you walk in.
I look behind the
Moo,
counter.
are you
for
even
the
old enough to
biggest-
be in here?
Who? What?
Moot, can you even be in here? Aren't you too young? Wait outside.
He let me in. Yeah,
Okay.
man. I
Is there
can
even
get
any
some,
lore about that?
They
in
can't
these
buy
books?
anything.
candy cigarettes. I'm gonna get the candy cigarettes. So it's cool.
Do they sell? E-liquids?
E-liquids.
Uh, they do actually. If you want to pick some up.
Yeah. Quill decides to just treat themselves a little bit to maybe a new flavor.
I actually don't
doesn't,
vape. I don't know how much it would normally cost.
Oh, well, the equivalent I think depends, but the equivalent would be about I think $3 for a.
Yeah, you can get some vape juice for like $3.
And Quill doesn't drink, but yeah, Quill's vice is the e-liquids. Goes and has a look at what they got there.
Oh yeah, they've got a bunch of different flavors. They've got a huge rack in the back with all the liquor, but they have like at like the checkout counter, they've got all the impulse buys. They've got like vape juice behind the counter. In like a big glass case. They got like dozens of flavors.
I like look over to Jebediah and I'm like, so what are you jonesing for? Like, I don't know if I want sake. Like, honestly, I think that like the sake boat has like kind of run out for me. You got any suggestions?
I recognize this guy behind the counter, and I'm pretty sure he's the same one that has some homebrew moonshine type whiskey. And I slip him an extra 5 to get the apple pie flavored moonshine, and hopefully he presents a great big jug.
Give me an IQ roll.
7.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of like slyly slide the guy the 5. He looks at you. He looks at the 5. He looks back at you, and he's like, "I got you."
Oh, the second I see that, I like poke Jebediah, give Jebediah 5, be like, if they have orange, flavored, I want that. If not, just choose the one that you think best fits my personality.
The guy behind the counter just kind of looks at you, like,
"Yay, thanks!" And then I get excited, and I'm like, "Oh, look, I'm getting cool drinks." And to little Org, and Org is like nodding, and I give Org a little treat.
"Aw." Yeah, and Org just kind of nuzzles up against you.
So
Sorry.
there's kind of like this little mini fridge to the side, and it's got little sodas and stuff, like just some little bit non-alcoholic stuff. And I swipe something from it. I put it on the counter, and it's a bottle of chocolate milk, and I toss like just like 75 cents, and it's in a glass bottle, and Shaq jumps up on the counter, swipes it off, jumps down, and starts drinking it. And I just kind of shrug.
You pay for it, and then you try to get your HLCC to steal the money back. Give me a dex roll, and you get to add your manual dexterity to that. I'll let you take that.
Okay. I got a 12, and with the high manual dexterity, that's a 14.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you actually make it look completely legitimate. You put the money down, you walk out, and then your HLCC snags it, and they walk out with the money.
Quill finds a bottle of icy lychee, which looks interesting. But as Quill is sort of going to pay for this, Loki is following, but not really looking where he's going. His tail's wagging furiously, and it's getting perilously close to a shelf with a couple of bottles on it.
Oh no.
What do I roll to not have him knock it all off?
The guy behind the counter is giving you kind of like the side eye. Like,
Dex for him?
What's going to happen here?
Is that a dex roll for him?
Yeah, if you want to. Give me a dex roll.
Yeah. 9.
All right. Very fortunately, Loki actually manages to keep from knocking over the bottles. He kind of like glitches to the right, he glitches to the left. It looks like he's going to smash back into the shelf, but then he just keeps walking.
Moot comes up to the table and she goes, "I want some brownies, and not talking like the kind my mom makes."
He's like, I don't know if that's legal in this state yet.
What you talking about? This is like the future. It's legal everywhere.
Cyberpunk. There's no legal drinking age. They're going to sell everything. Come on, we're fine.
They can make money off of it. They'll sell it.
Give me an IQ roll.
IQ roll. Okay. I got 14. IQ's
Like-
11.
Sorry, I don't have a license to sell that here.
Is
How
this
old are you, Moot?
What?
How old are you?
I'm old enough to be in here. I'm old enough to
Yes,
be in here.
that answer is
You let me in.
acceptable. I think. Okay, I'm not gonna trust that answer, but I'm not gonna question it either.
Hey,
so,
listen, we're on the same team.
Not in the same age group.
So,
so is this one of those
Nope.
liquor stores that's dedicated to like liquor, or are there like small like random knickknacks you'd find at kind of like a gas station counter, like sunglasses, maybe a phone charger or something like at the counter?
Oh yeah, they got accoutrements.
Okay, accoutrement. Very good, very good. Jiro would like to purchase a pair of sunglasses for herself and her HLCC on a whim that it will make them look cooler and hopefully it'll make Dinor hit more.
Oh yeah, they've got sunglasses, and they even have like special card packs that are like cosmetics for your HLCC, and you managed to snag your HLCC a pair of little sunglasses.
Wonderful, wonderful. Then the two of us are gonna stand near, just kind of trying to scoping out the party right by the exit door, as she's gonna feel way too full of herself, just looking down on everything.
Hey, Moot. Don't worry about it. Age, gender, doesn't matter.
that's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Thanks for hearing me, Quill.
Well, if we're all ready, let's move to the.
So let's go to the miniature golf thing.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Forgot.
All right.
This is why I question whether or not you should have those not your mother brownies. Jedediah and I can like totally like hold our liquor. Just saying. I think. Jebediah.
What? It's not liquor. It's not liquor.
Questioning so hard. Questioning. Okay,
Hey,
are we heading out now?
I drank a lot as a kid. I stopped though. Didn't do me no good, and but I got this icy light. She's kind of nice.
All right. So, moving the scene along, you guys approach the miniature golf course. It's a little bit later in the evening. It's like around 5 o'clock. Sun's getting kind of low, and there doesn't seem to be that many people on the golf course. It's kind of surprising. It's almost like you see like maybe 2 or 3 people at like a specific hole, but there really isn't a line. There's no crowd. You guys basically just kind of walk in. There's a guy at like this ticket window, and he's got balls and the putters and everything. He just kind of waves, and he's like, "Hi, would you like to buy a round of golf?"
I guess we have to, don't we? If we need to get in,
Should
Can
we
we just-
converse?
can we just look around? We're not really here to play. We just wanted to check it out first.
You could, yeah, absolutely. They're not going to kick you out or anything.
Okay,
So,
try to like swipe a
I'm-
ball or a club.
I want to walk up to the counter and say, "Don't you remember we're the group that prepaid?"
Ooh, give me an IQ check. I'm actually gonna give you a little bit of a penalty for that. So that's gonna be at -2.
There's no way I can give aid.
Oh yes, you could give aid actually. Yeah.
I
Yes.
would like
Got
to
those
give
aid cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my aid cards to give aid.
Okay.
Can we double up on that? And I use one of my aid cards as well.
You know what? I'll let you double up on that. Sure.
Jura can't use an aid card because she hasn't opened her booster pack, but can she just walk up beside Echo, look cool with this, adjust her sunglasses, and say, "We're professionals"?
For flavor, yes.
Cool.
So am I trying to, because my IQ's 10, so am I trying to get lower than 10 or lower than 8?
Okay, so normally I would say lower than 8 because that's kind of a tough sell. But your friends have come together and pooled their aid cards for you, so it's still at 10. So you're trying to
Okay.
roll under 10.
So I got a 10 exactly. That's
Power
why
of
I'm
friendship!
asking.
All of
Power
us,
of
like
friendship.
Jedediah, me, Jura, looking hella cool with her glasses, are just behind Echo and just like really just bumping her up with like, yes, this is obvious.
So
Meanwhile,
the ticket guy is like, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I can't believe I didn't realize you guys had already paid here." And he just kind of hands you a bunch of golf clubs and balls.
so
Awesome.
meanwhile, Moot's been like scoping out the course while they've been chatting, looking for a windmill hole, and trying to figure which direction that, if there is one, on the course. So, do I see one?
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. The final hole, there's a big, massive windmill right in the middle of the course, and you are almost certain that is the final destination for you guys.
Okay, so I've already started headed that way. I'm like,
Okay.
It's following, and Loki, leave it. That's not your ball. Or whatever, have it.
does Loki ever eat those, Quill? It's not good for them. You better watch.
Is it not? I didn't think it really mattered. No, he just kind of crunches them up.
It depends on if there's like alloy in the ball. So you
Yeah,
better.
good point. Come on, give, drop it.
So,
Looking at the big windmill, can we roll to see if we see any other clues on the windmill?
yeah, give me an IQ roll.
18. I didn't get shit that time.
14.
Nope, sorry.
So Moot wants to like crawl down towards the hole that the ball usually goes into, and it wants to like peek inside and see if she can see anything or reach anything in there. What would I have to roll for that?
Give me a body roll.
What? A body roll?
I'm
Okay. I don't even know what to compare that against.
No, I'm sorry, a strength roll. I'm sorry, a strength roll.
Right. Okay.
I had a moment. I apologize.
I'm like, what? Okay, so
Like, are you asking her to backflip or?
I'm like,
I'm thinking of a different RPG. I'm just stupid.
Okay. I have 13. What am I comparing it to? Strength?
Your strength. Yeah, you have to roll under your strength.
Which is ST, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm above my strength. It's only 11. So I don't do so well with that.
Yeah, you kind of like nudge your arm in there, but you can't quite get it in. You can't feel anything, so you just kind of like.
Am I
pop it out.
stuck?
Hey,
Oh, I'm stuck. Thank goodness.
hey, Moot, let me have a go. Roll.
Watch your head too, Quill. The windmill's
I roll
coming.
11.
Okay, yeah. You actually managed to find a little piece of paper bunched up in there.
Here, have a look at this.
All right. It says only number 1 can find the true goal.
Wait, say that one more time. Only number
1 can find the true goal. Oh, come on.
Does that mean
Can I
like
do that?
number one like mini golf,
Well, I don't know. Do we have
champion?
to? Do we have to? Do we have to win the game?
give me
hole
a
in
IQ
one?
roll.
Hole in one, maybe?
Could it be back where we started?
I got
IQ
exactly
9. 9
Wait,
for
what?
Quill. 9 for Quill.
Oh, you know immediately that you need to get a hole in one on this course.
Yeah,
Not
I think
the
you're
course,
right.
but on this specific putting thing.
I think you're right.
Oh my
It means a hole in one in this hole.
In this pool specifically?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yes.
think so. Yeah.
So
Well,
can
it's
I
the
go?
last poll, so that would be a winning shot.
Yeah,
So
it would.
should we all line up and see who gets it?
I second that. I think that's the best approach, Prism.
Can someone lend me a new ball? Sorry.
Sure. I believe Dinor has been holding on to it. Stylishly, I might add.
Yeah, luckily
Jura
it's,
will hand
not
over
fun.
a ball over to Quill. But
Thanks.
before trying to wipe it down as if there was anything to wipe down, now that I think about it, she'll hand over the ball anyways.
Thanks. Thanks, Jura.
Anybody is skillful in miniature golf? Anybody got skills?
Well, I'd like to fool around in the evening, when everyone's gone, I sneak in.
Can we use
God.
double attack goal to have 2 shots?
Can I use another one of my aids and go ahead and take a shot and tee it up?
Absolutely.
That sounds great.
All right. So
Remember, it's a mini golf course, Jedediah. No big swings. It's not distance. It's more like putting.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
When I see Jebediah, I just take a little shot of my orange moonshine. I'm like, cheers, and I just shoot it down.
Cheers for good luck.
It's like swimming, but
I
passion.
use an aid. So does that mean I'm at 11?
Yes.
Okay. So I rolled an 11.
You rolled an 11 exactly.
Yeah,
Just
6, 4, and a 1.
first guy to go up. You pick up your putter. Spectacular luck with this guy tonight.
I take my leg off because I'm a little tipsy and use the prosthetic for good luck.
You tap it in like a champ. It goes right through. The top of the windmill actually opens up to your astonishment, and it kind of folds down into a little staircase.
Woo! Do you think you can climb
Way to
up?
go, Jebediah. Good shot.
Thank you. Thanks. Let me put my leg back on. Well,
Let's go.
it looks a little small for a staircase, or is it big enough for all of us to climb up?
Like one at a time, yes.
I'm just wondering about you tipping over, though.
I'm gonna lean on Prism because at her 2 eyes plus my 1 eye, we might be able to make it up them steps, and I take another shot.
I'm like 3 eyes. That sounds absolutely perfect. And I
Echo's already headed up the stairs.
I'm sorry, Echo?
Echo's like way ahead of everybody, already up the stairs.
Everyone's talking, just zips up.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go, Jebediah. We got things to do.
Will's following up. Yeah.
All right, so you walk in and you find a small metal lockbox. There is no key, but there is a small lock on it.
Anybody any good with?
Is it a
And-
numeric lock or like a needs a key type lock?
Needs a key type lock, but you
Can
might
I
be able
try
to get
and
it
pick
open
the
with
lock?
like a bobby pin or something.
Or he can take off the prosthetic and
Can
just
I?
slam it down, right?
Yeah, you can do that too.
So
like the,
I
the golf
actually
ball.
have a lock picking
Oh,
set. I'm a thief, so
I think Echo got
Right.
this. Yeah, Echo, can you want to
go for it, Echo.
do
I've
it?
got an idea if it proves a little bit too tricky for Echo.
Well, Echo, you can have my aid card if you want.
what am I rolling for?
Give me a dexterity roll.
Dexterity.
And of
And then I
course,
have high manual dexterity, so it's a 14.
precisely.
And aid from me.
Aid.
And
So it's a
so it's a
15.
15. Damn.
Woo, good. You can do that.
2, 8.
8. Nice. All right, you pop it open, you flip the lid, and inside you find a note and a USB stick.
What does the note say?
The note says, "Congratulations, you have successfully completed my riddles. Enjoy your well-earned 50,000 web 500. Why do I keep saying the wrong number? 5,000 web scratch.
Wow.
There will be more,
Yeah.
but you are also formally invited to join More Moon as an added contributor. We are always looking for clever and resourceful individuals to continue to add to our never-ending quest to perfect humanity's intelligence and exceptionalism.
Quill doesn't smile a lot, but no, it's like yeah, big grin. Like, well, this is awesome, guys. Well done. And, how do we do? Do we have USB ports on our phones?
Well, maybe not your phone.
And we need to
but
turn up the music. I'm like,
Yeah,
I think it's time to dance.
Yeah, or just if you're ready, like, is doing his little light show.
Jura's a little scared of how ominous that letter sounds towards the latter bit of improving humankind's intelligence, that kind of thing. But
Yeah,
she's
can I-
very
can I
happy.
investigate
Can I
the
like just
USB?
crinkle up the note, toss it in the air, and have Shaq's firehead kind of just burn it?
oh yeah, he just shoots it up and just incinerates it midair.
Hope nobody wanted that.
Oh,
Well, that's a good idea. We don't want anyone else knowing about this.
It was in mid condition. How could you? We could have sold it.
Will is
my
trying to
bus fare.
teach Loki a few dance moves to celebrate, but he kind of slips and falls off down the stairs. We've got to grab him back.
So any chance I can like see what the USB port is all about? Can I use my HLCC to kind of aid me in that or anything?
Yeah, can you plug it into your HLCC?
you know what? Give me a IQ check at -2.
Yeah,
I got
Quill
7.
gets 8 for 9 IQ with the -2.
Excellent. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you managed to plug it in. It's like a crypto wallet for 5,000 web scratch. Yeah.
Can we split it up all right then?
Oh yeah, you guys can split up. Yeah, I mean it's between you guys, honestly.
Woohoo!
Yay! Is anybody interested in going and seeing, the whole thing they were offering?
Yeah,
Of course.
check it out.
We don't have the invite.
Yeah,
I'm
that got
sure.
burned.
Well, let's just go hang out. I'm sure they'll find us.
Wait, that was the invite?
Yeah, she burned it.
Oh no. Did we need that?
Does our HLCC like
No.
record anything? Like, can we just have
Well,
them
there was
check the recording?
there wasn't any further details on there, was there? Like a place or anything you didn't say. So.
There
I
might
would
have been,
say-
but you'll never
You know-
know now.
Wait, now that I think about it, there wasn't any contact information or anything. They just said we want you on the. That was a very
Yeah.
poorly made letter.
Yeah, but
Is
I wouldn't
That's why
worry,
I got
Jira.
rid of
I mean,
it.
it's More Moon, right? They'll find us if they want
Well,
us.
we didn't get to read it.
Is
Echo
there
read it
any
to us.
encryption in the USB, like indicating where the money is coming from, so I can like kind of backtrack and see where I can
You
go?
need like an actual computer to figure that out.
Let's go to a computer cafe and sober up a little bit.
Yeah, get some coffee.
Get a coffee
Says an adult.
or an
So-
Irish coffee. Yay! So I don't know. Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah, Jura is perfectly happy. She's content.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless
it's like
somebody
the
has a
best
personal
match.
computer.
No,
Nah. Too expensive.
no. Jura's on student loans. She can't do that.
What?
could
you're
use a
going-
coffee,
you're
so
going to
let's go.
school?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of a loser are you? You're going to school?
Going to school and miniatures and hobbies and everything is very expensive here.
Well, you have money now, so you can get a laptop.
Oh,
True.
you're right. I could go to miniature.com. I could go buy more.
Oh no.
You can
Okay.
invest your money in the really good miniature ones, and then
Yes, and get the
Jura
mint
does not
condition.
To have the wallet. I'm just saying.
I
Don't
want to
give
have
it
a look and see.
to her.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
So, how are we gonna split the money though?
I know there's 6
Fully.
of
Yeah.
the 5,000.
What do you
Well,
mean?
I'd just like enough to maybe buy a little patch of land with a couple of trees. I don't know how much that's going to be, and if it's more than my fair share, that's cool. I'll just save it. Otherwise, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, there's 5 of us. I mean, 1,000
No,
for each of us
6
seems
of us.
fair.
There's 6 of us.
And you're the one going to college and you can't count.
I know. I'm like, what's with
You
the
don't
adult
know their
Wait.
party?
degree.
Wait,
They might not be mathematics.
hold on. Yeah, right. I'm getting my degree in English. I'm not very good with math. Hold on.
That's like
Can someone do the math for me, please?
Liberal arts.
833 each, and a few cents over. Maybe we just like buy some treats for the HLCCs with that. Yeah, 833 each.
Okay, so we
Good
even it
idea.
out.
Why don't we
And 33 cents.
why don't we just pool our money into a joint account for our next adventure?
Joint means 2. There's more than 2.
And we can add all of us to an account.
And now I
This
can
is the
see why you
future.
didn't go to college.
That's kind of, I don't know. I don't really.
No
I
offense
wanted to
to
say,
any of
I-
you. You guys
I-
are awesome.
You guys are
but-
great.
No, that was full offense.
Okay,
Yeah.
full offense. No.
No, I need to stay.
I like
you
seeing
know,
Echo like swipe
independent.
so many things. I'm sorry.
I know. Echo can't.
It's
hold
not that I
a phone.
don't trust you guys, but I just like to keep my stuff to myself.
Yes. Okay, let's go to the cafe. Let's divide this money and see if we can find out more information.
Good idea.
All
Let's
right,
go.
Yeah,
so
go to the cafe.
you guys head over to like an internet cafe. I'm ashamed to admit this. I've never actually been to an internet cafe in my life. Like, do they charge you to sit down like in a like?
Yeah,
a
they
FedEx
do.
store,
I've been
or-
to a lot in India. I was using them all the time. So yeah, they have like rows of computers. Usually they're pretty scrutty and
It's
So-
shabby places,
the-
and it's a bit slow. But they charge you, say, like a couple of bucks to sit for an hour and stuff.
So we
Yeah.
kind of use the extra change from, dividing it up to pay for.
Yep, good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I just make sure the computer is like relatively clean and no one is able to hack our information out of it?
Yeah, that's
I
a good
thought-
idea. Give me an IQ check.
Exactly 11.
Okay, yeah, you check it out. You manage to make sure you're not being like snooped on or anything.
You also
no,
these places
malicious-
like sorry, prison don't check out the browser history. Just leave it.
Oh no, I just want to wipe everything. I have zero curiosity in anybody's life. So I don't care. Let's just make sure this is clean-ish. And because we can't really, I'm not gonna.
Here's a wipe.
Thank
because
you.
all these like germs and stuff. So
Yeah, so
make-
I like wipe it pretty well and then like, have everyone sit next to each other so we can input our like information and kind of distribute the money.
Oh, so this is how a computer cafe works. I thought it was like a restaurant, but for computers, for like programs and soft. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry.
No, they do
Feed
coffee.
computers.
Anyone want
Don't
coffee?
put it in
I'll
the
go get
seed
coffee.
thing. That's not where it goes. Very old joke.
All right, so you guys have essentially completed the mission. You have successfully obtained the web scratch. You've divided it amongst yourselves equitably. You do check out the USB stick. There is a little calling card and an address on it for with Mormoon's user icon. I suppose we'll have to save that for another time and day, though, because that completes the adventure.
Awesome.
Now to take down Mormoon from the inside. Wait.
Yes.
Who are they?
Where did
Who
they
is
Why
get all the
have
money
this
from
money?
anyway? Where did they
Yeah.
get all this money from anyway? Who has that
Yeah,
money?
and they're just giving it away and using sketchy, like abandoned places for their. This is a really weird organization.
Yeah.
How deep are we going to question this though? Like how? Like
Not much. I'm
Okay.
like, me, no, I don't care.
okay.
Until
As
this
long as they're
bottle-
not harming.
Until
me,
this bottle's empty, that's as much as I'm going.
And I barely have touched mines. I've only taken one drink.
Until I can get my little house in the woods somewhere. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. So, Jara, you're gonna like, what are you gonna do with the money? You're gonna like just invest it in school?
Um, uh, as you ask her this, you notice that she has taken control of one of the computers over in the neighboring stall, and she immediately
Oh,
slams
no.
down the face of it when the screen was on the equivalent of Amazon browsing miniatures and such.
You should really put some in investment. Like, just saying.
Yes, it's mint condition. I mean,
no.
look, she shows the deck of cards unopened. See, it's mint condition. I can resell this if we give it some time. It's beautiful. A collector's item.
Do you want to keep the USB so you can sell that later?
Yeah.
Okay.
was
Is
gonna
everyone
say-
okay with me giving the USB to
no.
Jara?
Have a mint condition.
I think you
USB.
should charge her for it. She's gonna sell it, so you might as well get some
Can
of
you
that.
give us some of the proceeds if you make more than, like give us like divide it against us if you sell it for like a good chunk of change?
Of course, you can always trust me with money. I'll make sure to give it
Yeah.
back to you.
I'm gonna save mine. I might look for something to. I don't really trust the stocks and things, but if I've got a bit more, I might try and take a little risk, buy some stock in I don't know, mini golf.
That's really fair. Echo, what are your plans with the money? Can I ask you? Is that like
I am going to do something with this money, and it will be very beneficial to me.
excellent? As long as it's
Yeah, and
beneficial to you. You
I
know
might
what? Gotta be selfish sometimes. It's only the way to survive.
I might get
Exactly.
Loki. I must see if I can get Loki fixed up, but I don't know. I kind of like him. I love him as he is, and he did pretty good anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep his quirks and just pump him up, you know?
Jebediah, what are your plans?
Another
a lot.
bottle.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Nice.
Well, I question what works. He's clearly doing pretty good.
I know.
Eh,
Well, I guess
Well
what
done,
do we
guys.
do now? We just wait for the next adventure.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
I'll meet
Shoot.
you online.
Yeah. So Prism like goes and gets like go to a real cafe to get like the Irish coffee. I want like a fancy one with like whipped cream on top. Like that's like what my brain wants. And I asked Jebediah to join, and I'm like, you want some Irish coffee without some like minus the coffee?
Perfect.
Awesome. And then I just talk to Jebediah and just be like, I'm like thinking of investing in like a place where people who don't have a lot of income can come and like get their HLCCs like fixed. And I already I think I'll like message Quill saying the same thing. Like if ever you want to like work
Oh,
together
thanks.
to like fix your HLCC but not get rid of their quirks, like we can totally work into that, something like that. And I just say bye to everybody. And
Quill. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Prism. And Quill's just gonna well, see you guys next time. And I'm just gonna go walk, cool off with Loki.